Good morning, good people. It is a wonderful Wednesday morning. The sun is shining, and I didn't get a chance to walk, so I'm feeling kind of blah. But today is a great day. You know, as Miss Brenda would say, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. So I choose for it to be a good day. I had to take my wife to an appointment, so I get this chance to be with you for right now. I guess the question of the day would be, have you chosen your lane? Or to make it a statement, stay in your lane. We have a very big problem. Well, first off, yesterday we talked about, the overall thing that I've been thinking about right now is really your mission. And your mission is to master your message. And how do we get the mastery? It takes time, it takes focus, it takes intention, it takes action. With these things working in your favor, we eventually master whatever your message is. Now, you're sent here with a specific purpose. Only you can do what you've been called to do. Nobody else can do it in this whole entire world. Now, I'll take that back. If we waste our talents, what usually happens is, have you ever had this idea, and this happens all the time, you have this great idea, and it's a great idea, and you do nothing. And then all of a sudden on TV, you see this same idea. I thought of that first. I could have made millions. And somebody took that same idea and ran with it. Well, if that was your message, if that was you, and you did nothing with it, it has to be in the world, okay? The product or the idea or the solution, whatever your message is, has to come into this world. You were chosen to bring it, but if you choose not to bring it, since it has to come, more than likely God's going to just take that and just give it to somebody else. So I don't know if you know about the parable of the talents, or when they had that money and he's like, look, take what he had and give it to the one that's going to do something with it. So be careful with that. Work on your mastery. Work on mastering your message. Yesterday I was talking about the message is usually a seed, and a seed planted. Like, remember what mastery does is working on mastery is the intention, the actions, the focus, and the time. Once you nurture that seed, you plant it in the ground and you nurture that seed, it becomes a fruit. Okay, well, it becomes a plant. Plant produces fruit. Fruit produces more seeds. Once you plant those seeds, or those seeds get planted, they produce more plants, which produce more fruit, which produces more of the seeds. And exponentially, that one seed, just take an apple. An apple, on average, you take an apple, one apple seed, you plant it, grows into a tree. Over time now, to master something takes 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. Over time, guess what? That plant will produce fruit. That fruit, which is an apple, because the seed that you plant is going to produce of its own kind. It takes an apple, and once you cut that apple open, usually it has 6 seeds in it. If I'm not mistaken, usually, on average, it's either 5 or 6 seeds. So from that one seed, you get 5 or 6. And if you took that apple, you ate the apple, you enjoyed it, and you planted those seeds from that one seed that you had, And that one apple that you picked, now, when you plant a tree, it's going to produce more than one apple. But we just taking that one apple from all the other ones and produced 5 more. 5 more plants, 5 more apples. I mean, just say 5 more apples, which would do 5 more, which would do 5 more, which would do 5 more. And eventually you have a whole orchard that's producing, if you just taking those 1 apples, which it produces many, taking 1 apple 5 times 1 each time is a lot. Okay? It's a lot. So that brings us to today. Today is, choose your lane and stay in it. This was the old cliche, stay in your lane. Hey, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. What we have a problem with doing is we do this. Man, I'm developing my message. I love it. I'm doing this. I'm working it. I'm doing what I do. Oh, look, buddy down the street, his message is kind of like mine. I'm gonna fashion mine to his. So I'm gonna just copy it. We're not meant to copy. Now, we can take ideas. It's a good thing, we can learn from people's mistakes. We can learn from what they're doing good. But just to copy everything that he does, his message is for him. Remember, your message is for you. You can develop it, take here. Don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. Take this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and make it your own. But just a copy, it's probably not going to work. You might get a little success, but if you look at burger joints on one street, more than likely you're going to have a Wendy's, a McDonald's, Burger King, and a hole in the wall little places. Everybody makes a burger, right? But if you look, the ones that copy the kings usually just like, well, this is not a McDonald's burger. I don't like it. They have to have their own spin. Now, Wendy's is way different than McDonald's. Burger King is close, but Burger King is a bit different than, if you look at their menus, they offer different things. That's why people go to them, because you can't get an Impossible Whopper at McDonald's. But if I say I can make a hamburger just as good as McDonald's. McDonald's has the systems. They have their 10,000 hours. They've mastered their craft. They've mastered their message. Even though I can make the same exact burger, I'm not going to work. It's not going to work for me. Even if it's better, it's probably not going to work. I might have a small following, a small success, but not what they have, because they're them and they have their message and they have they've mastered, they've done their 10,000 hours. So we have that problem of looking over to the side and looking over here and seeing, or trying to, we're mastering our message, but we're making it for somebody else. We're trying to mold it into someone else's image, or fashion it to where it is acceptable by everybody, when more than likely your message is not going to be for everybody. And I say, if I'm into motivation, I'm mastering my message, I'm crafting it, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna be just like Tony Robbins, or I'm gonna be the exact as Les Brown, or something like that. It's not gonna help me. It's not gonna help me be me. It's not gonna help my message be mine. It's gonna be, oh, they sound like that, and they probably took it from them. It's not going to be authentic. So we need authenticity in the things that we do. Okay. So as you go throughout your day, pick your lane. So the question of the day is, what's your lane? There is a real big problem with the smartest people because they can do everything. I do this, I do that, and do this. But they don't really master anything because their 10,000 hours isn't going to one thing. It's going in multiple directions. And it's more like a house divided. Instead of just picking that lane, picking that message to develop and really pounding the pavement to get it out there, we do this, we do that, we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's been my problem, for a long time. I've been doing videos like this since 2017. And, that's almost 6 years. Well, it's been over 6 years. And because I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, I take a break, I do this, I do that, I take a break, I do this, I do that, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that, I'm developing myself. The message has been rolling, coming along. I'm working on my 10,000 hours, but it hasn't been focused. And that's where I want you guys to be focused. So that's it for today. We're just gonna focus on what we're supposed to be doing and stay in our lane.